F1 Challenge for the Sega Saturn. This arcade sim-like racer was developed and published by Sega in 1995 in Japan, but published in North America by Virgin Interactive a year later in 1996. As the very first official F1 game on the Saturn, F1 Challenge features real drivers and tracks from the 1995 Formula 1 season, albeit with several cuts. Only 3 real-world tracks are here, including Monaco, and a 4th fictional track with multiple variations that beefs up the track selection to 6. There's also only 5 drivers to choose from, which is odd because all the other cars and drivers featured in that year of F1 are fully modeled and race along with you on the track. But alas, you can only play as the 5 given to you. The game only features an arcade mode and a time trials mode. There isn't any real Grand Prix mode with progression or anything, just race the tracks. Yeah, the game gives you slim pickings in terms of modes, but it tries to make up for it with a few smaller things. For one, there's a bit of car customization before you go off on a race. There's quite a bit of things here to adjust, like tires, the rear wing, and even how much fuel you have at the start of the race. Your choices here actually factor into your race though. Going out with a full tank of gas might not make you go as fast, but you never have to refuel, though you may want to keep the pit in mind. Over the course of your race, your tires will start to degrade, which I thought adds a fun little challenge at the end of the race. Also, I should point out that when this happens, you begin drifting in an F1 car. Drifting in an F1 car. It's like the game was trying so hard to be a racing sim, then at some point it went, screw it, we Tokyo drifted in Suzuka! So yeah, the game doesn't offer too much content in the long run. Where it lives or dies, however, is in its controls, and my god, they are fantastic! Granted, you have the Saturn arcade racing wheel, though I found the regular D-pad controls to be totally serviceable. With the wheel, this game plays like a dream. There is a tiny bit of a learning curve, but once you get used to it, you'll never want to play it with a regular game controller ever again. It's practically perfect. I had so much fun with this game playing with the wheel that I started to not mind the lack of modes or other features. I was fine replaying the same tracks and just carving through the turns with the wheel. It's so unfathomably satisfying. Hands down the best F1 racing game on the Saturn, F1 Challenge ranks up there with Sega Rally and Daytona USA as one of the system's finest in the racing genre. Its incredibly fine balance between racing sim and arcade racer help widen the game's appeal to both racing nuts like myself and to casual driving game fans who just want to go fast. The game is insanely cheap to come by, so if it's not in your collection already, you might want to go change that. Also, please get a racing wheel for this game, it adds so much more to the experience that you won't want to miss.